Time squeegees have returned to a busy Baltimore intersection, and one driver says they've brought back a popular scam. In social media post that has now gone viral, Shanae Platter explains how she lost $900 in just seconds. Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor joins us live to share her story tonight. Rebecca.
Whew! So this is how we starting off already? Oh my gosh. Okay, so for those of y'all who aren't familiar with Baltimore, alright, we have these guys out here, and I'm pretty sure not limited to Baltimore, called the Squeegee Boys. And we call them Squeegee Boys because they literally have a Windex bottle, a squeegee in the other hand, and they'll be at just about every single intersection in downtown Inner Harbor and certain parts of the city. Basically just trying to make an honest dollar. And honestly, I'd rather they be doing that than the alternative, but they just gotta be careful out here. Nonetheless, though, they'll be out there at an intersection, and they'll walk through the cars at the stop at the red light, and offer to basically clean your windshield in exchange for whatever it is you can give them. You can give them. They'll ask for $1, 50 cents. It doesn't matter. Those money is money. And so Baltimore is very well known for the Squeegee Boys. And some of y'all be coming to Baltimore thinking this is a tourist spot and that's sweet, that they're a tourist attraction, that they sweet. Understand this about these Squeegee Boys. For one, they have nothing to lose. All right, they already, and this isn't their fault. No judgment on them. They're already in a bad predicament. They're just doing anything they can to make an honest buck. So they're already in a bad predicament. They already got nothing to lose. So you sit here, come out here, try to punk them, try to get crazy with them. I've seen it, and they have no problem making an example of you. Now, me personally, I've been back in Baltimore since 2013, and I have never, not once, had a problem with the Squeegee Boy in the entire time I've been back in America. Never, not once. Anytime you see him coming to the car, all you gotta do is just wave him off. I see him, I wave him off. Never, not once had a problem. But yet some of y'all be out here somehow always getting into fights with some of these dudes, and I'm like, how? You give respect, you show respect, they'll give you respect, okay? But some of y'all just be crazy out here. But however, though, the other thing you gotta know is, if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. I know these cats, alright? But let's listen to how they got 900 up out of her.
And Mary, we're here at that intersection now where a police officer was stationed for the better half of the afternoon, but now he's gone. And take a look, there are two groups of squeegee kids back weaving in and out of cars, trying to, wash windshields for cash. Not only is it illegal for them to be here at all, we know that panhandling in the street, it is illegal, but this Baltimore mother, she says that she tried to help them, and instead her act of kindness cost her $900.
Posted at the corner of MLK and Washington Boulevard, a police officer watching closely as a group of young men armed with squeegees crossed the street.
Did she really just say armed with squeegees? This is why nobody watches the news anymore, because the stuff y'all be trying to pull, come on now, okay? We ain't gotta do all that, alright? We ain't gotta do all that.
Once common sight, now mostly faded from the city's major intersections. This time, they keep walking. But last week,
I had to come on here and share this story. It has been troubling me since it happened on Sunday.
Shanae Plater's taking to TikTok in a post that's now received over 10,000 likes, saying she learned the hard way why the city cleared them from the streets.
And I thought that, okay, well, maybe they're back, but I haven't heard the stories about this scam. I haven't. If I did, I wouldn't have done it.
After allowing one of them to clean her windshield, she wanted to thank him, but didn't have cash. That's when Plater says he suggested sending funds through the mobile payment service Cash App.
And he was like, I can put my number in. And unfortunately, I gave him my phone. When I put my PIN in, it said, you have sent $900. And I said, you said $900? Why did you do that? And he said, you did that.
Fearing for the safety of her young children in the back.
Okay, somebody come out here and get their grandmother. Okay, no disrespect, but somebody come out here and get their... What? That's gotta be the oldest trick in the book. There is no way you want to tell me. Whose grandmother is this? Okay, like, Like I said, the one thing about these Squeegee Boys is if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. While you can be cool with them, respectful to them, kind to them, understand these dudes have nothing to lose. They want everything they possibly can get. So that's got to be the crazy. You should know better than that. There's no way you're going to tell me you spent 30, 40 years in Baltimore and you're that green. Who let her out of the house? Somebody come get their grandmother. Okay, with all due respect, get their grandmother, give her a flip phone and take away her smartphone because she is not. How you not have no street smarts out here? You gotta be smarter than that. And I think she's on the thing said medical student. And you want to tell me you did not know better than to not be giving these boys your phone with your Cash App open? You might as well give them the bank account. There ain't no way you that green. Now I see why some of y'all be out here getting scammed, okay? Because you too green. Okay, if you're gonna be out here in the city, you need to know what you're doing, or you need to go with somebody that knows what they're doing, so you don't fall victim to stuff like this. Because when you don't know what you're doing, stuff like this happens. You gotta be careful out here. Yeah? Don't trust nobody out here in Baltimore because it will bite you in the ass. All right, I know this scam because they try to pull this on me. So I don't mind Squeegee Boys. I'll share the story. They stopped me at an intersection. I had my windows cracked because it was cool air. It was nice out. Okay? I didn't want to have the AC on. Nonetheless, the one that came into my window, he said, yo man, can you give me $1? I said, I ain't got $1 for you, young man. I ain't got it for you. He said, okay, you got Cash App? I said, I have Cash App, but I ain't doing nothing for you. He then said, yo, come on, man, please. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be nice today. I'm going to go ahead and spare a couple bucks. Okay, so I was like, whatever. Nonetheless, though, okay, so I proceed to open up my Cash App. I say, okay, homie, what's your Cash App? Okay, so he saw me open up. Keep in mind, he sees through a little crack in my window that I opened up my Cash App. And I'm saying, yo, man, just give me your Cash App. I'll send you a couple bucks. I really don't mind. I'd rather you make the money this way than the alternative way, okay? The fast life way. This is where it gets crazy, though. This is where this little boy almost got his neck wrung out. Okay, I don't condone violence. He saw that open up the Cash App. Then he proceeds to try to reach into my car. And I said, oh, what you doing? Have you lost your mind? What you doing reaching into my car? I told him, yo, back up. Stop reaching into my car. He was reaching into my car to get the phone. He said, no, I'm gonna put it in. Let me get. I'm gonna put it in. I said, yo, back up. Don't be reaching inside my car. You lost your mind. So I had to be a little big brother father figure to him. Okay? So I said, yo, give me the Cash App, otherwise I ain't giving you nothing. Okay, I'm about to pull off. You don't give me your Cash App right now, okay? I'm already being nice enough to you. Okay, you gotta put a little bit of bass in your voice, a little bit of gangster in your voice to talk their language. Then he says, man, my Cash App is this. I put the Cash App in. Apparently it was a chick's Cash App. That was who was in the picture. So I guess a friend. I don't know. And then I send $2.50 because I'm like, why not? So I say, hey man, I sent the Cash App to $2.50 to whoever. He said, okay, now I'm getting my boy's Cash App. I said, man, what you think this is? I ain't Cash Apping nobody else. I Cash App you. I Cash App the Cash App you gave me. What you think this is? I was like, man, no, homie, bounce. I'm out. Never again will I ever do anything for these Squeegee Boys. I feel for them, okay, but I ain't never, because how dare you try to snatch my phone out of my car, lost your mind trying to reach up all up inside my car, and then go and get an attitude when I do give you some money. I do share a little bit of my hard-earned money with you, and I didn't even get my windshield cleaned. That's the worst part. I should have got my windshield cleaned. I share it to you, and then you catch an attitude about, man, okay, now I'm getting my boy's Cash App, then I'm getting my mother's Cash App, and my daughter's Cash App, my sister's Cash App. Get up out of here. Cannot give none of these kids an inch because they will take a mile. You can't be nice to them. Be respectful. But don't be nice to them because they take kindness for weakness, and then stuff like this happens. You can't be green. You cannot be soft out here on these streets because these streets will get you, make you pay for it. Let's continue to watch.
Backseat. She didn't chase after him. Instead, she called 911. But by the time officers arrived,
and it was like he literally disappeared into thin air.
Along with her money.
Yesterday, I got a message from Cash App. They can't prove it was a scam. I have 4 children. I work every day. I'm in college. I'm in grad school. I have to pay out of pocket to go to school. I can recover. I will, but it hurts.
Grad school?
BPD confirming they're investigating the incident, but so far, no arrests have been made. In the meantime, Plater says she doesn't want sympathy, just for others to avoid making the same mistake.
I don't want this to happen to anyone else. If I can prevent this from happening, I don't mind sharing my story.
Will you stop again for squeegee workers in the future?
Not anytime soon. I can't. I just can't. I can't risk my life. I can't risk my family's life. It's just not worth it.
Just take the L.
Now you can see we're back out at that intersection. There is a police officer who has pulled up. He pulled up on the other side of the street and he appeared to say something to one of the squeegee kids. That group of kids on the other side of the intersection, they have walked off, although they are still lingering around here. Now again, this cop is sitting at this stoplight. I'm sure he sees the other group of squeegee kids. We're not sure if he is planning on saying anything to them or not, but it appears that they are still in traffic doing what they were doing before he arrived. This certainly was a crime that we have reported on in the past when squeegee kids were more prevalent in this city, but so far this year, BPD says that they have only recorded one other money transfer scam involving squeegee kids. We will keep an eye on this intersection and have an update for you at 5 on whether.
All right, well, not that intersection, gotta be all of them, but nonetheless, though, welcome to Baltimore City, okay? Where if you soft and you weak, you get taken advantage of. So don't be soft and weak out here on these streets, okay? This is what's happening in city, but hey, that's just a Tuesday for city. All right, well, if you made this far, thanks for watching. Greatly appreciate you. This has been Instructor Hines of Tier 1 Academy. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions below in the comment section. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Be safe out here in these city streets.